lesson. Today we're going to be taking some of our worries, some of our concerns, especially now that many of us are needing to stay home. And sometimes it's hard to express exactly what's been coming up for a lot of us. Sometimes you feel a little bit worried and you're not sure why, or maybe you've already been having some anxiety and things are starting to kind of ramp up a little bit. So what we're going to do is a way of communication that's through art, and also we're going to match that with some gratitude so that we're not just expressing, but also kind of find some solutions and some space for our hearts as well. So what you'll need is watercolor paper, some watercolors. I love my watercolor pen, so these are great. Or if you just have like a little vessel for water and a paintbrush. You can also do this with markers. And I'm just going to tell you that the colors that we're going to use as ways of identifying these different worries are going to be red, orange, yellow, green, purple, pink. So 6 different colors. Okay. What I have here is something that I got from another teacher online, and so I'm adapting her her mode of communication. And what I'm just going to take it up to the screen, and hopefully it'll clear out there just in a moment. So we've got these hearts in different colors. And these hearts are representing some of the emotions that some of us might be feeling. So I'm going to go through them. With green, our green heart represents that you're feeling well, that you feel good emotionally, you feel good physically, and that you're also feeling safe. Our blue hearts are, I'm feeling a little sad or a little worried sometimes. Not all the time. It might be something that comes up for you. An orange heart, I'm anxious that I might become sick. And so that might relate to your, again, physically, or you're a little bit worried maybe about some mental health things that are coming up for you. And you're a little bit worried that those are going to start to take over. The purple hearts are, I'm worried that I maybe don't have enough food or enough finances. I'm worried that maybe something is going to be happening in the future. So again, something that's coming up, but maybe isn't so immediate. The pink hearts are, I feel worried about my family and friends. So maybe you're concerned about someone else in your family either getting contracting the virus or about their mental health. So worried not about yourself, but about someone in your, someone that you have a close relationship with. The red hearts represent that you're feeling maybe anxious about something else that's not on this list. And then the yellow hearts are representing that you're really struggling and that maybe you need some more support. So after I've gone through all of these, maybe you're starting to already kind of bubble up some ideas. Wonder what's, some of these are really speaking to me. So how we're going to practice this form of communication is that we're going to use these colors either, again, as a watercolor or as a marker. And so I'm just going to show you one that I did yesterday. We're going to use these colors representing these different emotions and states of being, and we're just going to draw circles with them. And so here, the bigger circles in a particular color are representing things that have a little bit more depth for me personally, that they're bigger worries. And then the smaller ones are, I'm still worried about it, but it's not quite taking over some of the other worries. Okay, so here's where we're going to be doing our artful communication. Go ahead, and I'm going to keep these up. The green one, I'm feeling safe. So maybe thinking about the color green. And take your watercolors and you can fill up your watercolor pen, pick your green. So for me today, and I'm happy to communicate what's going on with me, I feel pretty okay today. So I'm just going to start drawing some green. They're about mid-size green. So I'm just going to spend a couple of moments thinking about that emotion of feeling safe, that I feel safe and well taken care of. So there I'm filling up my page with the green. I just went on a little walk outside. My pets are feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty lucky about my community right now, so I'm feeling pretty green. The next one is the blue heart. Feeling sad, worried sometimes. Those emotions definitely have been coming up for me. I'm definitely worried about my community. I'm certainly feeling as if I'm feeling a little bit of loss. We're doing these online art projects rather than in person, which that makes me a little sad and also a little bit worried, but it hasn't taken over quite as much. So I'm just making some smaller blue dots, little small blue circles representing that sometimes I'm feeling kind of worried. And they can cross over. Of course, this is your form of communication, so wherever you'd like those to go. The orange is I'm anxious I will become sick. And that might be a big one for some of us, especially, we know that there are folks that have underlying problems that for this particular virus is a little bit worrisome. Personally, it's about a medium. So I'm starting to layer these different forms of worries and anxieties and able to communicate them without necessarily needing to tell or make a phone call at the moment. Purple, I'm worried I don't have enough food or finances. I'm feeling pretty comfortable personally about food right now and some financial things for sure and a loss of jobs. So this is a little bit bigger of a worry for me. Hi, buddy. I know. You can come sit on my lap. My purple is a little bit bigger than some of the other ones. That's how I'm feeling today. Worried about the pink was worried about family and friends. I have a very, my father is pretty prone to illness, and so that's a really big one for me. So I'm pretty worried about him. So my pink, worried about friends and family, are really pretty big. And I'm going to be making quite a few of them because that's a serious concern for me right now, is the well-being of my parents. The red is anxious about something else. I don't really have a lot of anxiety about anything else right now. And if that's something that's coming up for you, then absolutely you might want to take your red and put some red in here. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty good, feel pretty okay about, a little bit about loss of work. So I might put a couple little red guys in here. And the last one is the yellow, that you're really struggling and that you really are noticing that maybe you need some more support. I feel pretty lucky right now that I'm able to do these communications. And so I personally am feeling like I'm not struggling and that I don't need any extra support right now, but maybe that's something that you're in need of. So you would use our yellow to communicate that you're really feeling like you're struggling. So go ahead and maybe take another couple of moments. Again, going through the colors. Green, I'm doing well. Blue, I'm feeling sad or worried sometimes. Orange, I'm anxious I'll become sick. Purple, I'm worried I don't have enough food or finances. Pink, I'm worried about family, friends. Red, I'm feeling anxious about something else. And yellow, I'm really struggling and need more support. So we'll just kind of take a moment to look at the work that you've made. If you're still working, go ahead. And then we're going to move on to our next. Now that we've communicated, at least with ourselves, and of course this is something that you don't need to share. This could really just be for yourself, and it could be something that you're starting to practice daily. These daily forms of communication, just to check in. And this artful form of communication can also be really enlivening, and it can really help to start to break through maybe some walls that are being built up. I'm going to put this off to the side for a moment, and then move on to the second portion, which is taking our artwork and then putting some gratitude into it. So now that we've communicated some worries, we'll just take a moment and notice things that you're grateful for. And I need a quick list. It can sometimes be, especially if you are struggling, hard to see through the fog of these stay-at-home orders, or not working, or a loss of communication with family or friends, or even just day-to-day walking down the street and saying hi to people. We don't have as much communication with folks. So things that we're grateful for. I'm grateful for my family. We've started communicating quite a bit, a little bit more text messages. You might be grateful for school. You could be grateful for your friends. I'm grateful for my pets. I'm grateful for outside time. I just came in from a walk, maybe just even sitting outside and getting a little sunshine. I'm grateful for reading. I've been able to pick up a couple new books. Grateful for gummy bears or candy. That's always a fun one, a little fun. Feeling grateful for treats. Games. I, of course, wrote pets again. Maybe it's yummy food. We've been cooking a lot. I know lots of folks have started to get into baking, or just starting to discover a new recipe that you're interested in. Sleeping. Another thing that's happening a lot is folks are resting more and taking the time to rest. And so we could be grateful for that. I'm grateful for making art and the sunshine, which is coming out today, which is really nice because it has been snowing. Bike rides. I've been taking my bike out more, not just because my car was recently broken, but also to start to get outside and force myself to get outside a little bit more. Creative movement. I teach a lot of yoga, and I've also been doing some online movement courses for kids. So I'm really grateful for my creative movement. I'm grateful for my teachers, and you might have some teachers that you're thinking of. More free time. Birds are starting to come back. It's spring. I'm grateful for learning something new, or music. So that's just my list. You might have your own list, and I'm just going to show that I made this quick list yesterday evening. And what I did with my list after I took my worries, I then filled in my worries with some of the things that I'm grateful for. So that's the second half of our art project. You can get your worry page back out. And then if you have markers, maybe you'd like to use color or a black marker. And so I'm going to fill in things that I'm grateful for. So I'm going to put pets, and I'm going to specifically put tank and scotch. I also have a rabbit, so I'm going to put my bun in. And we also have some other, we have an aquarium, fish, and we just started plants, so I'm going to put my new seedlings. I'm grateful to get to work with those and start to see some new life moving into something to look forward to, moving to summer. I'm grateful for my bike, sunshine, outside time. So go ahead and maybe keep working, writing down things that, you're grateful for. This is a nice time if you liked the color. I might take, things that I'm anxious I'll become sick. So I'm going to underscore the sunshine, because sunshine really makes me feel pretty well. Outside time. So I'm using my colors to highlight the gratitude I have. And we had green was for I'm doing pretty well and safe. And so I'm gonna fill that in with my house. I'm gonna use a green color, home, house, garden. Starting to kind of play with moving all this gratitude into those worry circles. For blue, again, maybe sun or exercise. You see, you can take a couple more minutes and just start to fill your worry page with the things that you're grateful for. Of course, making up all of your own is really awesome. And once I'm done with this, this might be something that I keep, and I might maybe put somewhere that I can see, maybe in your studio or on the refrigerator, somewhere that you can reflect back on. So it could just be that you're doing this once, or if you'd like to, sometimes I encourage folks to completely destroy their work and make this a daily practice. Getting up in the morning, noticing, reflecting how you're emotionally feeling today, creating a piece that reflects that shows what's going on, and then developing the gratitude practice, remembering what you're grateful for. Okay, so that's our well-being and gratitude artwork today. Thank you for joining. Be well